he's lost his mind.
The Colts have the football. Steps up, throws one over the interception. Marlon Jackson. Marlon got it. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl.
The rivalry is back on.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are For the Shoe. Before we get started tonight, I want to introduce Damon. Damon is now a regular host. He is not just a guest each time he comes on, since he's came on probably over half of our episodes. We decided it would be smart just to keep him on the show whenever he can make it. So I'm here with Trev, Damon, and Andy. We're waiting on Rob. We don't know where he is tonight, but hopefully he'll hop on. All right, so let's do our shout-outs before we get into this long episode of choosing our winners each week. So we're going to give our shout-out to the longest NFL Longest Yard. This is our 32-team group. I always struggle saying that. I have no idea why. But if you like to talk football and you don't like to talk trash, or you want to go to where you can talk football without being bashed or talked down to, NFL Longest Yard is definitely a place to go. Sports Fanatics, if you like to get your sports weekly updates, especially the whole, Bubba Wallace updates, Sports Fanatics is on it. They like to provide all news updates. So go ahead and hit a like on Sports Fanatics. And DNR Breaks, the greatest break room I have been in. Here, I'll even give you a little sneak peek of what you can win from there. So if you like to collect sports memorabilia, there's 27 mini helmets right there. There's nice full size. There's 3 full size footballs up there. Also have about 7 football jerseys autographed. So if you like to collect sports memorabilia, DNR Breaks is the place to go. Matt Myers is awesome. He pulls some good shit. So, all right.
I finally won something there this week.
Yeah, you did, right? You won a card?
Yeah, Jared Pinkney, Falcons rookie.
All right.
Autograph.
Okay. He was pretty good, too.
Yeah, he was. That's a good card right there, man. Hey, once you start winning, it just doesn't stop because you just get addicted, and then the wins just keep on coming. I started 3 years ago, and I won. Let's see if it's up there. Yep, that Dallas right there. Yeah, that Dallas one. That was my first win. That's a Charles Haley Hall of Famer. Ever since then, I've been stuck. Sweet. Yeah, it's a pretty nice helmet. So, all right. So tonight we are going to get into our NFL predictions. So we decided, since everybody likes to use the NFL playoff predictors, we were going to use the NFL playoff predictors to make our predictions each week. So for this week, here we go. Here it is right here. We're going to get started, obviously, with week 1. Texans at the Chiefs. Who you got, Damon?
Chiefs.
That's too easy.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me, too. Chiefs all day, right?
Well, it's their homecoming from the Super Bowl victory. Houston will be lucky if they don't get blown out.
I agree. There's not much to say about that. I mean, there's a lot of question marks over there in Houston, and there's not very many in Kansas City, if any question marks in Kansas City. So, to me, Kansas City's the scariest team in the NFL. That's just how it is. It's like New England 15 years ago. They're just scary. So, all right, Jets at the Bills.
I'll take the Bills.
I will also take Bills.
Buffalo.
I'm taking Buffalo too, man. I actually have Buffalo winning that division this year.
Yeah,
I think they are the most equipped for it.
Yeah, I don't hate the Jets either, but I think it'll be a big year for Buffalo. I think they might. Well, no, they just changed the rules for who gets a first round playoff bye, but they're going to be up there, man. I see them as 11, maybe even 12-win team. They should be pretty good.
Yeah, and I think this is going to be a good year for the Jets and the Bills with Tom Brady leaving the division.
No doubt.
I don't think New England's going to go down to being like a 2-14 team or anything like that. It'll be around between the 7 and 9 wins. I think personally, but
yeah, they still have a scary defense.
I don't personally.
And Bill Belichick.
I don't personally see the Jets winning more than like 5 games.
No, why not?
Like the Jets. Why I don't see them winning more than 5 games.
Yeah, the Jets.
The question marks. Receiving. The receiver core. I think they were able to retain Robbie Anderson, but their O-line is, far and in between. They got Le'Veon Bell, who is, extremely fantastic player, but constantly injured. I think and Jamal Adams is an anchor on the defense. They let Leonard Williams. They let Leonard Williams go too, didn't they?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, I mean they have more question marks than They don't have a terrible linebacking core. They got who is that middle linebacker?
He used to play for the Ravens. I can't think of his name.
God, what's his name? It's not
CJ Mosley.
Mosley.
Yeah,
he's pretty good, man.
He left Baltimore, went there last year. Their linebacking core is not horrible, but in that division, I see the Dolphins possibly, putting up a better record than the Jets. My personal opinion.
What I like about what the Jets did this offseason was they focused heavily on protecting Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why. I mean, he missed a few games last year, but that was from freaking mono.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he didn't get that on the football field. So
not like mono tackling, yeah.
But I mean, if you're going to focus heavily on the offensive line, it might not even be protection for Sam Darnold. I mean, look at what Le'Veon Bell can do when he has a good offensive line in front of him that works well with him. So, I really don't know what's going to happen between Jets, Dolphins, and Pats. But I have a high respect for Buffalo and what I think they're going to do in the East.
Right, and we talked about question marks too.
I do for Miami. I do. I think they had an excellent draft in offseason this year. Excellent.
I'm just waiting to see if Jamal Adams even suits up for the Jets again. That's the biggest question.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get too far, AFC East. Colts at Jaguars. I have an L for the Colts.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
I disagree just because I think the Jaguars absolutely suck. But traditionally, we're not good week 1, and we're not good in Jacksonville. So
the only thing that has me questioning this is that we usually win in Jacksonville, and Jacksonville beats us at home. Jacksonville plays better in Indy than we do in Jacksonville.
I don't think that's true.
Is that
vice versa?
All right.
6-0? The 6-0?
That was in Jacksonville, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so I think that's why I came to the conclusion that we're going to lose week 1. We got the week 1 woes and then the woes in Jacksonville at the same time.
Yeah.
Even if they're horrible, I mean, it's Jacksonville. I think is not just a 2 or 4 win team either. I think they're a little bit more than what we expect of them. But I'm chalking this one down as a loss for Indy. Is that what we're going to go with? Because I think it's 3-1 for Trey.
Yeah, majority rules. I'll never give the Jacksonville Jaguars anything, but
I don't want to. I hate.
But I mean, you're right.
Yeah, but
traditionally, history is not.
I mean, really, who knows what Phillip Rivers could bring too? He brings a different style of play. He does. He puts up points early. So
that's the thing too. Is right now nobody in the league really knows what to expect from the Colts. We're implementing a whole lot of different pieces here. It's the same system still, but we have a whole lot of changes that came across. So nobody really knows what to expect. Not even us.
Right.
Yeah, we will see.
All right, so Dolphins at New England.
I feel like New England's still going to take this one.
I got Miami.
I'll give it to the Patriots. There's also a question of who starts week 1 for the Dolphins at quarterback. I don't even know if Tua is healthy yet, but if he is, it's a question of whether they start him or let him sit for a while with Fitz.
So a lot that I'm taking into consideration with this too is that not only who's going to start, but that the lack of training camp and time that these players are going to get with each other. You can do Zoom meetings all day long and talk to each other. That's fine, but the chemistry on a video is different than the chemistry in person and what they're going to do on the field. And I think this game could really go either way due to that because the Patriots have a new starting quarterback. Miami's probably going to go with Ryan Fitzpatrick week 1. And I'm
I could see them starting Tua.
I think if they start Fitz week 1, they're better suited. I think Tua needs some time. And I'm a fan of Tua. I think he's going to do great. But I think the first 4 or 5 weeks even, you might just want to let him ride it out a little bit. But I mean, that's just my opinion. Fitz,
Look, I'm a
Fitz
believer,
is weird, man. He can sometimes just win games for you, and then he sucks again. It's you never know what you're gonna get.
I'm a believer of starting the guy you drafted in the first round.
Me too.
That's my thing, especially the top 10. If you're 15, to 15th pick or lower, I'm not questioning whether you start him or not. But if at 10 and up, you're starting that guy, whether he's quarterback or not. I mean, Patrick Mahomes wasn't a top 10 pick. He was between 10 and 15. I can't remember exactly which one he was. So he sat, and I didn't question it. And he came out and look at what he did. But when you draft 10 and above, I think Tua was a 6th pick, right?
5th or 6th, yeah.
It was 5th or 6th.
Fifth.
Yeah,
something
like
that.
It was 5th
or 6th. You're starting him. I'm sorry. If you don't start him, what was the point?
So is he at 100%? I mean, I haven't been keeping up with him. I assumed he was still injured for a little while.
So they said that he was injured during the combine, but I think toward the end of the combine, he was fully healthy. But then I also read articles that the medical staff was lying just to get him looked at. I'm not sure what's really going on in that situation with Tua.
I think if he's healthy, it's probably like you said. I mean, you take the guy number 5, they got to put him in, right? But if there's any concern whatsoever about him being 100%, I mean, you let him sit for a while. That's just my opinion.
My thing is, if you had any question about his health, you weren't taking him at number 5 to begin with.
Which is fair.
Yeah, I'm not taking a guy that I'm going to question whether he's going to start week 1 at any position if he's not healthy by the time the draft rolls around. Or if there's question marks that he will be healthy by OTAs or the rookie camp, that mandatory camp on a regular year,
Right.
This year, obviously, there's a little bit different because players, it's COVID. They're not really doing a lot. So, but on a regular season, your rookie camp starts very shortly after the draft. So,
right. Now, as far as the Pats go, I mean, they're still not 100% on who's going to be the quarterback either. I know the widespread assumption is Jarrett Stidham, but they haven't come out and said it, But,
I will say this. I don't question Bill Belichick.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is that defense is still nasty, and they still have arguably the greatest
I don't either, but
I
think this is a good year for our views to kind of change.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, maybe
I
so.
agree.
His staff.
This is going to prove it.
His staff has always been excellent. He's had an excellent staff, and that's not to take anything away from him, But the Matt Patricia's, Brian Flores, Josh McDaniels, Charlie Weiss, all those guys. He's always had an excellent staff. So,
Herb, to answer your question, we're doing the entire season, but it's not going to take up the whole. We're not going to be able to complete it this episode. So
no way.
It's probably going to take some time.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're on week 1 right now.
We're doing wherever we
longer
get to.
than we expected. So, yeah, we'll eventually get there. But
we talk too damn much.
Do all the way through, but it's not going to happen.
Right.
So, yeah, and then next week we're going to take the week off because of 4th of July, and we want to celebrate freedom. So,
damn right.
Damn right we do. All right,
from
let's
our
move
homes
on.
because COVID.
Yeah. Well, all right, moving on. Browns and Ravens, I think is too easy. Ravens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Agreed. Damon?
Hey, I'm saying Ravens too. I'm sticking with it. It took me everything I had not to say Cleveland, man, just because I always have this gut feeling, and I'm like, well, what if Lamar Jackson comes out and doesn't play like Lamar Jackson, and Baker Mayfield shows up to play, Nick Chubb plays good, their defense isn't really bad, so
the Browns are going to be better, but it's still the freaking
it's divisional.
Ravens,
So here's the thing with the Browns too. You have a new coach, right? Because they fired Kitchens after 1 season.
Good.
So you have a new coach, and you have okay. So this is what I heard them called this week was a championship on paper. A paper champions is what I saw them called, which is true. We all can agree they were paper champions. You have
They were
Jarvis
paper
Landry.
champions last year.
Yeah, you have Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr., Njoku, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Baker Mayfield. That defense isn't anything to joke with. And you haven't done anything. So I don't even agree with the fact that they fired Kitchens. A lot of the Browns fans think they should have. I don't think they should have.
Attitude, man. It was attitude.
They should have kept Greg Williams to begin with. If they would have
Yeah,
kept Greg Williams,
that's what I
that was
thought.
a playoff team right there. But until they get somebody who can actually lead this team at coach, I'm going to keep
They're just so
questioning.
inconsistent, man. It doesn't matter who you have on the roster if there's no consistency.
No, there's none, man. None. All right, let's move on to Bengals and Chargers. This one I was difficult with, right? Because we have
Yeah, it's a little tougher.
two teams with specifically two starting quarterbacks that you don't know what you're going to expect from. So who you got, Trev?
I love Burrow. Y'all know that, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to the Chargers just because widespread, their team is better. Like at quarterback, that's a question that's a toss-up, but the Chargers have the better defense. It'll be interesting to see what Austin Eckler does now that he's like the main guy there. Yeah, I think the Chargers are just a well-rounded team, better than the Bengals there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
Damon.
Cincy.
He on the whole next week or next game.
All right, so we had two Chargers and one Cincy, and now it's on who I want. This one was one of my hardest ones to pick from. All right, because we always say Chargers have the better team, but Cincy's got a decent team too. I mean, you still got AJ Brown, you got Joe Mixon, you still have I'm pretty sure you still have Tyler Eifert over there.
Yeah, Tyler.
They improved a lot.
They still have.
I think they'll be good.
They still have Lawson on the front. I want to go Cincy here because they're at home. They're going to be hyped about having someone different than the Red Rocket. So
I think it's not going to be immediate for Joe Burrow's success. I think he will get better as the season goes on, but I feel like it's going to be his first game as a rookie,
and he's going
to be the Bulls.
I see him being a dog.
I see it too. I mean, I just watched his tape the other day and from college. There was a lot of times where he held the ball too long, and I just think that's where AJ Green comes in, and we need Rob, man. We need that fifth guy. It's too even. One of us is gonna.
Yeah, Burrow does hold the ball too long sometimes, and the Cincy offensive line is not going to let him be able to do that, especially when you got Nick Bosa running at you, or whichever one it is. But Chargers got one of them Bosa dudes, and he's just not going to be able to stand there forever. So I think the NFL is going to hit Burrow in the face a little bit here. I think he'll still have a good game, but it's not going to matter. They're ultimately going to lose here, I think.
I think we need a coin. All right, so whoever's watching, someone put either Bengals or Chargers. We'll come back to that. Whoever first says whichever team, that team wins that game for our record predictions because we're both – I'm with Damon, and I'm saying Bengals, and Trev and Andy are saying Chargers. So if you're watching, go ahead and drop a comment. Whoever comments first, that gets the win. That's what we're going to go with. All right, so Titans and Broncos. I am going Broncos.
Me too.
Yeah, this is my hardest one, man. This is my hardest one. But I think I'll give it to the Broncos too, just because I'm really excited about their offense. Actually, they've improved a lot. But I mean, the Titans aren't a joke, man.
There we go.
All right, there we go. We got a winner. Got the Chargers. Thanks, Herb. All right, so I agree about the Broncos, and the thing too is I'm really excited about their defense still. I mean, they've had a solidified defense for so long, and I think last draft, not this past one, but the year before, but Drew Lock was drafted. I sat there and waited for him to get drafted. I waited. That dude was good in college. I thought he should have went higher than he did, and I like Drew Lock. I think Drew Lock is the future quarterback of Denver.
Right.
That roster has a lot of potential.
Yes, they do, and they have great depth.
And then they just picked up Melvin Gordon, and they just got Jerry Jeudy. Like their offense is looking scary. Yeah. They still got Cortland Sutton over there.
Yes. And I'm not doing this because I'm a hater. I mean, I'm a hater of Tennessee right now, mainly because they're overhyping their whole roster. But I'm just gonna say, man, Broncos they're stellar. And every time I've done this, I've chosen the Broncos against Tennessee, and every time Tennessee still ended up 10-6. So it's not like I have them bottoming out. I have them winning one extra game than they've won in the last 5 years. But
Yeah, really.
Broncos definitely. All right, so let's go to the AFC versus the NFC. Raiders or Panthers? This should be this one was difficult for me also.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, me too.
But not because either team is super good.
No.
It's just uncertainty.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm going Panthers. I wrote down my records that I think all teams are going to go, but it's a tough division. But the Panthers, I think, are going to turn things around. And Matt Rule is an excellent coach, absolutely excellent coach, and they drafted extremely well this year too. Did really good during the offseason.
Didn't they draft all defense?
They did.
Yeah. Got some dogs.
They did. So
their defense better be top one.
But
I want to go Panthers just because of Christian McCaffrey.
Oh yeah.
I'll give it to the Panthers strictly on home field advantage because honestly, I think these teams are fairly even with how their records are going to play out.
And here's the thing: even if the home field advantage was reversed, I still probably would go the Panthers because what kind of home field advantage are you going to get in Vegas?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
So it's not like they're still playing in Oakland where you got those crazy fans over there. You're now in Vegas.
Right. They ain't driving to Nevada.
No, and half those people are going to be coked out and just left the strip club. So I'm just those fans. I'm not crazy concerned about at the moment. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm going Panthers, man. Steelers and Giants. I'm going Steelers.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going.
They're
Steelers.
a better team, just flat out. They went like 8-8 last year without their quarterback.
Yeah, they went 8-8 with
one, but Big Ben is still better than freaking
Mason Rudolph.
Rudolph, yeah.
I think they even had a third stringer in at one point.
Yeah, Duck Hodges.
Yeah, so I agree, man. The Giants did well in the draft, though, with pulling in some offensive linemen. But that's only really going to benefit Saquon. I'm not a big fan of Jones, man. Their quarterback. I'm not. What's Daniel Jones? Dude, I had to Google him. I had to Google him the minute he was drafted.
He's the most generic white dude.
What the hell is this
guy? So did half of the Giants fan base.
I mean, that's just. I haven't seen much from them to be able, and the fact that they don't really have a receiving core to begin with either. I mean, they got what Shepard. I think that's one guy they have on the receiving core.
Yeah,
the receiving core needs some help.
Yeah, definitely. And that whole defense needs help. I mean, their defense hasn't done anything. I can't name one person on their defense.
Yeah,
I can. I can. I think still Antoine Bethea.
Is he really?
He's retired?
He's like 40.
His age.
Yeah, and he's with the Giants, I think.
Yeah, you just proved my point. I'm not concerned.
Yeah, I couldn't care less about the Giants, honestly. Like, next game.
Yeah, all right, next game. All right, Seattle and Falcons, I'm going Seattle. I love Seattle. I love what they have with the receiving core. I love Tyler Lockett. Russell Wilson's my favorite quarterback active right now. Their run game's not great, but I think they can improve. And then their defense is their defense. You know, they got Bobby Wagner.
Who do they have as their running back? Is Chris Carson or something?
Chris Carson, yeah. He's good and he does enough. But Russell Wilson, I'm never gonna. I mean, I'll vote against him against certain defenses, but not against Atlanta's.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's too easy for me. I give it to Seattle.
Yeah. What about you, Damon?
No, Seattle all the way. One of my personal favorite teams in the league. You know, other than the Colts, that's a team I like to keep up with, just because I respect Russell Wilson so much.
I agree, and it's not only because I'm here in Washington, but I love Seattle and what they've built, man.
They're so consistent, man.
That's what I'm saying. They're consistent, and even when they lost Legion of Boom, they stayed relevant. They didn't just, fall off the face of the earth. And Russell, man, that dude. Not only is he an escape artist, but he's just a stellar accuracy, and he's good at reading the defense. His O-line isn't great, and that's why he has to be an escape artist. But and he's just one hell of a dude.
There's only a couple
time to get going. That's one thing too.
Yeah. There's only a couple teams that are locked for the playoffs every year, but that's them for sure.
I have Seattle winning that division this year. Just because I like Russell Wilson so much. I will never vote against Russell. All right. Bears and Lions.
I picked the Lions at home this time.
I'm going to give it to the Lions.
Me too. Lions.
Yeah, me too. I'm not a Trubisky fan. So
no.
I don't think anybody is except for Ryan Pace.
I'm a huge Matthew Stafford fan, though, man. He's He's a quarterback who's been on a team that hasn't performed to expectations for almost his whole career, man. He's had some solid playmakers on his team, on his offense. They haven't had great defenses though. And I think Matthew Stafford is one of those quarterbacks that's like a Dan Marino. He might make it to the Hall of Fame one day and just never win a Super Bowl, which is okay.
I don't know about that.
That's a
His
little
numbers
steep.
back it up, dude. His
That
numbers
is
back
steep.
it up.
That is steep, but his numbers are high. His numbers are high. His win-loss ratio is trash, but his numbers are there, man.
Can you
If
name me
you look-
one? Well, okay. Can you name me one Detroit Lions running back in the last 5 years?
Yeah, LeGarrette
Y'all
Blunt.
suck.
Okay. Can you name me one Detroit Lions running back that's ran for more than 600 yards in the last 10 years?
But that don't mean nothing. I'm just talking about Matthew.
His numbers are
All
inflated.
right.
Dude,
What's
I
up?
could be a running back for the Detroit Lions, honestly. Like they don't have anybody every year.
Yeah, they don't. But I mean, their receiving core they weren't horrible at. I mean, they had Jones. Man, okay, maybe not so great.
That's about it.
But that still proves my point about Matthew Stafford because Matthew
Yeah.
Stafford has still put up numbers.
With
So,
nobody's on his team.
with
he's still
nobody on his
great.
team.
Yeah,
And Detroit fans that want to hate on Matthew Stafford is ridiculous because Matthew Stafford has done what he's had to do.
Hell, give him to us. I'll take him.
I'll take him all day long, man.
Ugh,
All day long, I'll take Matthew Stafford. I would have taken Matthew Stafford over Phillip Rivers any day, especially
absolutely.
with his age too.
Oh,
He's like
yeah.
12 years younger.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so definitely Lions for that week because Trubisky's
Yeah,
back.
I agree, man. I agree. I think when I went through this the other day, I had Lions close to winning that division. They were pretty close to it.
I don't know about that, but I'll take it.
They were close.
I
think
think
they
the
came in
division
third.
will be interesting.
That division's always interesting. All right, Eagles at Redskins. I have Eagles.
Yeah, I'll take
Eagles.
Eagles.
I will take the Redskins.
All right.
Chase Young's going to be too much for that offensive line. Brandon Brooks out for the year. Achilles, new guard. Chase Young's going to line up against that guy. He's gonna beat the crap
All
out
right,
of
but
him every
it's
time.
his first game in the league too. I know the dude's going to be good, but that's his
TJ
first time
Hawkinson.
lining up.
We got some comments down here about the Lions still. You had Kenny Galloway, TJ Hawkinson, Danny Amendola, Marvin Jones. I mean,
Yeah. Don't sleep on the Lions, man. Don't
Don't
sleep on the
sleep on
Lions.
all right, back to Eagles and Redskins.
Yeah, I'm
I just
taking
want
Philly
the
all day. This
Eagles
one's too easy.
to. I just want the Eagles to destroy everybody in the NFC East. That's all I want to see. Just so I can see all the upset Cowboys fans down here, man.
I mean, they probably
It's funny.
will.
They probably will. So my thing with the Eagles though is I mean this game is obviously a win for Philly in my eyes. Redskins, there's too many question marks at quarterback. They don't have a good run game. They don't have good wide receivers. They don't have a good defense. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know where to go with.
Chase Young is going to be good, but he can't win the game for him, you know.
No, he can't.
And it's not like
Dwayne
it's the first
Haskins.
time. It's not like it's the
Dwayne
first time Carson Wentz has dealt with a good edge rusher.
Dwayne
But you know
Haskins.
what they do have? You know what they do have is Scary Terry, and I'm always a stan for Scary Terry because he was a neighbor of mine growing up.
Oh my God.
Hey, that
Oh,
next game is a better one though. Packers and Vikings.
I'm also trying to see. I know we've got at least 2 Eagle fans in the comment, and I'm trying to get a reaction out of them. But honestly, I do pick the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles are going to smoke them. That's probably.
I only see. Oh yeah, there is 2. That's my family. All right.
I know.
All right. Packers and Vikings. All right.
That's
so,
hard.
Me, I'm going Packers. Mainly because of this. Vikings never get into a stride until at least week 5, week 6.
That's fair.
And it's mainly because of Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins never gets into his groove until later, and he's facing Aaron Rodgers week 1. Week 1, Aaron Rodgers is normally used to playing earlier, and I just think he's. I think it's Aaron Rodgers versus Kirk Cousins at that point.
Vikings might have an adjustment period too, given that they just got rid of Stephon Diggs. You know, they have some stuff to figure out. So
Yeah,
That's true.
Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen together were monsters, but when you take Stephon Diggs away, that
I'm not
changes
sure-
almost everything.
I'm not sure who that number 2 guy is. I think the Vikings are still great team, but
They are.
there's definitely going to be an adjustment period.
Dalvin Cook is still a monster. They lost some pieces defensively too, so obviously we know that.
Has anybody noticed just how insanely good the Vikings have been and consistent lately the last 5-6 years?
Yeah,
you mean
keep
inconsistent?
You say inconsistent, but I mean they've been to the NFC Championship how many times? Or they've been to the NFC Championship once, but deep playoff runs every year almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean I get that. I call them inconsistent because the only real thing they're consistent with is losing at least 3 games in the first 5 weeks and then winning at least 3 games in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah, and then
make the playoffs, and then they
my
win
Saints
wild
in the
card.
playoffs.
Man, I could have called them favorites a couple of years ago, and then now I'm just like they're favorites to help whoever gets to the Super Bowl.
And then beat New Orleans.
Yeah. Yo, that was a whole. No, we don't talk about that,
dude. Every time, bro. Every time.
All right.
I'll give it to the Vikings, though. This week 1, I'm actually going to give it to the Vikings because the Packers' rush defense sucks, and Dalvin Cook is a beast, and that does it for me.
All right. And
I kind of wanted to give it to the Vikings, too, because Aaron Rodgers still doesn't have any better weapons than he did last year. I mean, he's got Funchess, which is a wild card at this point because he spent the whole last season out hurt. So we don't know what he's going to do.
Instead of getting him a weapon or someone that could help that rush defense, they got freaking Jordan Love to back him up in 5 years' time. So who knows, man?
Damon, Packers, Vikings.
Vikings.
All right. Well, I'll be the loner with the Packers.
I think the Packers have a better season, but
we're going to have Matt drinking Coors Light.
Look you. All right. Cardinals or 49ers? I think this one's easy. I'm going 49ers.
49ers.
Yeah, we don't even talk about that. This one is a good one right here.
Week 1, Brady versus Breeze.
Week 1, Brady versus
Sunday night.
I'm going Breeze.
I think.
I'm going Breeze. He brings it week 1 every year.
I'm going Breeze because he's still on the same team. He's still got the same players. Tom Brady's on a new roster, new head coach for the first time ever, and he's got Gronkowski, who's about 200 pounds lighter. So
this is the highlight of Week 1, I think. But
this is the highlight. Listen, I'm going to watch that.
It's not Sunday night.
Yes, it is. Is it?
If you hover over, it says 4:05.
Okay. That's the 4:05 game I'm going to watch. Because it's simple. That's the game I want to
get it.
Are you serious? As a 4-5 game?
I have that should be the Sunday night game, but I have Fire Stick Steve, so I'll watch it. But Fire Stick Steve, I get all the games.
Who's that next? Cowboys and Rams?
I'm going
Rams. And that's the Sunday night game.
I'm going Rams at home.
I'll give it to Dallas. I'll give it to Dallas.
Yeah, I think I will too.
Wait.
Yeah, somebody in the comments can decide, I guess, again.
All right, someone in the comments. Rams or Cowboys, because we're split.
But yeah, I mean, I gotta give it to Dallas. I'm kind of a Rams hater. I have no reason to be, but the Rams just always they don't impress me, and I've hated them ever since they screwed over New Orleans.
See, for me, it's the fact that the Rams are in cap hell. And all of these big-name free agents they've signed the past couple seasons, if they want – I think their cap situation's so bad that they're going to have to cut some of their free agent big names that they've had signed over the past couple years just to sign their rookies.
Yeah, I don't even know who their running back is now. Jared Goff has never impressed me. I don't know much about the receiving core either, but nothing about this team impresses me. I don't think they're going to be very good, honestly.
Their defense impresses me drastically.
Zach Davis says tie for this one.
Maybe.
I don't want to go with a tie. I don't think I have that option in here, man.
You do.
Where is it? How do I do it?
You see the equal sign between the two
do I
team
click
names?
that?
Yeah.
All right, it's a tie then.
All right, we got a tie between the Cowboys and the Rams. Let's move on to week 2. Whoa, we made it in 34 minutes. We made it to week 2. All right. This one, Bengals and Browns, I chose Browns. All right?
Yeah, I give it to the Browns.
The toilet bowl, I think, is going to go to the Browns.
Toilet bowl.
Browns.
Yeah.
Browns. All right. Bills at Dolphins.
I'm still taking the
Bills.
Bills.
I'm gonna take the Bills.
I'm
I
taking
actually
Bills,
do need.
too.
I actually do. I need to go ahead and get up out of here though. So it was a pleasure being on tonight, but unfortunately, I do need to go get up out of here real quick.
All right, man.
Hey, we won't have
I will
any
be
more
back.
ties.
All right.
Yeah, we won't have any more time.
Yeah.
All right,
see you,
man.
pal.
All right.
All right.
But yeah,
So,
Bills and
I'm going
Dolphins
Bills.
definitely give me Bills.
yeah, I'm going Bills. All right. Steelers, Broncos.
I'll take the Steelers. I love the Broncos, but in Pittsburgh, that's tough, man.
Yeah, I have to agree.
I think I'm going to go Steelers, too. Titans and Jags. I think that's easy. We're going to go Titans.
Yeah, no doubt. Titans.
I think we
suck.
gave the Jags a win at home against us, and I'm not seeing them beat Tennessee in Tennessee.
Absolutely
All right.
not.
Chiefs and Chargers. I think
I'm
Chiefs.
still taking the
their
Chiefs.
reign- Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs. What about you, Andy?
Yeah.
Still taking the Chiefs. And the Chargers have no
Still taking
fans
the
anyway,
Chiefs.
so it's not like they have a home field advantage.
No. This week seems a little bit easier than last week, so I think for Ravens and Texans, I'm going Ravens.
Yeah, me too.
It should be a close game, but I'll go ahead and give it to the Ravens too.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens. All right, Vikings at Indy.
I pick Indy.
I'm picking Indy.
Yeah. I hate that it's so early in our schedule, though. The Vikings are a good team. But then again, they get better as the year goes, so it might be lucky for us that we play them early.
Yeah.
All I know is I'm still holding out hope I can actually go to that game, and if I'm going to the game, they got to win. That's it. That's it.
I believe in it.
I think we're gonna win our home opener.
Me too.
Man. I think Phillip Rivers is gonna excel having an actual crowd that he hasn't had in like 3 years.
I mean, if they have crowds.
If they
yeah,
have
if they have crowds, right? But I'm definitely going Colts against the Vikings, man. I think our defense is just gonna have fun with the Vikings offense, and then that Dalvin Cook would normally scare me, but I'm just gonna say DeForest Buckner.
Yeah.
We're equipped for a team like that.
Yeah, we're equipped for that, so that doesn't scare me. All right, 49ers at Jets. I'm going Niners. I don't think there's any question.
Yeah, me too. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. All right. Seahawks and Patriots. I'm going Seahawks at home.
Steamroll again, probably.
Yeah, probably.
In Seattle, come on.
Yep. And
Sunday
then
night.
Saints and Raiders. I'm going to steamroll also.
Dude, yeah, steamroll's all over the place.
So Saints, right?
Yeah,
Saints,
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm not saying the Raiders will ever steamroll over the.
It's their first game in Vegas, but I mean, come on, there's no chance.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. All right, Giants and Bears. That's one is
real
so horrible. All right, so I take back what I said about Cincy and the Browns. We're gonna go to the new toilet bowl of the Giants.
Yeah,
and
this
the
one's
Bears.
more of a toilet bowl to me, actually.
Awful.
I want to go the Giants because of Saquon Barkley.
I hope it's a tie, just so whoever watches wasted their time.
Well,
the Bears.
It's probably only going to be Giants and Bears fans.
Yeah,
and they have to watch.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go Giants. I think Saquon Barkley just has a field day.
All right. I mean, he's got to line up against Khalil Mack, so I'll give it to the Bears. But
he doesn't line up against Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack's on the outside.
Right, but he's waiting for him.
I kind of want to go Bears.
All right. So you guys want to go Bears?
Yeah, I'll give it to the Bears. They still have Chuck Pagano as their D coordinator?
I think so.
That's what I'm saying. Saquon. We know what he's like. All right.
I still love old Chuck.
Panthers and Buccaneers. I think Buccaneers with Tom Brady in his first home game.
Yeah, give it to the Bucs, man.
TB.
All right. Cowboys and Falcons. I want to go Cowboys. I'm not a huge fan of the Falcons defense. I think Cowboys I think they have an offense that we're just, sleeping on, man. I really think
honestly, it's always between the Cowboys and Eagles in that division, but I think the Cowboys are better now than they have been lately, honestly. Especially now they've locked up Amari Cooper for a couple years, too.
If Dak wants to earn a contract, this is the year to do it. They gave him weapons.
Yeah, that's true.
They gave him weapons.
And they have a coach that, hopefully knows what the hell he's doing. So
they have a coach that they have a coach that knows how to use quarterbacks.
Yeah,
right?
he's won a Super Bowl, so
Right, exactly. So I'm going Cowboys, man. Eagles and Rams. I think when I did this the other day, I went the Rams, but now I'm kind of second guessing it.
yeah,
I
I'll
think
give it
it's
to the Eagles.
I think it's the Eagles' home opener, man, and Philly is not a place to mess with.
Hell no.
I just think the Rams are kind of a clusterfuck, to be honest.
Yeah,
I agree.
Nothing
I
about the
agree.
Rams impresses me, honestly. They're only.
Except corner
Aaron
one,
Donald.
Jalen Ramsey.
I don't think he's that good
Aaron
either.
Donald. Aaron Donald is the best.
Yeah,
MVP.
Aaron Donald's a beast.
Aaron Donald,
Everyone
too.
else doesn't
I
impress
will
me.
never take it away from Aaron Donald. I don't like Jalen Ramsey, but I don't like him because of his mouth. But Aaron Donald is a stud. But
Yeah, I don't like Ramsey because he was a Jaguar, but other than that,
yeah,
See, I like him a little bit more now because he's not a Jaguar.
I
anymore.
agree, exactly. But what I did like was when he called out Andrew Luck, and then Andrew Luck lit him up.
yeah. To me, the only way to recover from being a Jaguar is if you go put the horseshoe on. That's really the only way you can recover from it, to me.
I agree. All right, Lions and Packers. I'm going Packers at home.
Yeah, it's easy.
Yeah, me too.
Redskins Cardinals. I'm going Cardinals.
Yeah, I give it to the Cardinals too.
Yes.
I will also go Cardinals.
I like what the Cardinals have, man. I think we all look past the Cardinals, but they have DeAndre Hopkins with Larry Fitzgerald, and
Yeah,
Kyler Murray's
we
not a
have
bad
to we have to start taking in that they have DeAndre Hopkins into consideration, in my opinion.
I would say they're a sleeper team for the playoffs, but that division is tough. So it's going to depend. But they still have to get past the Niners and Seahawks.
I was talking about it this morning with a buddy of mine. He's a Jaguars fan. I said the NFC West is probably the toughest division in football. They
NFC best.
Yeah, I mean that's simple. I mean they got the Cardinals who aren't asleep. You know, you can't just sleep on that team.
Yeah, they don't suck anymore.
No, and then you got the 49ers who have probably one of the best defenses in football, and they is at least on the defensive front, and they've got a good offense. Besides the fact that one of their wide receivers just broke his foot, but he's supposed to be back. Yeah. Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't put up great stats, but he does what he has to. And then you got Seattle,
as you can see from this past season, obviously.
Yeah, and then you got Seattle, who Russell Westbrook, Bobby Wagner. You got Tyler Lockett.
I mean, you think about it. Three out of the 4 teams have been to the Super Bowl in the past 5 years. That's a tough division.
And all 4 have been in the Super Bowl in the last decade.
In the last decade.
Not last decade anymore.
Or a decade and a year or whatever.
Listen, it's 2020, man.
Decade and a half, I'll say.
It was like a decade and a day. The Rams made it a couple years ago. The Niners were just in it. Seattle made it 8 years ago. And then I think it was 2009-2010 season. The Cardinals were in it, or at least
it was.
Seattle made it 13 and 17 or something.
Yeah. So I mean, they've been there. So
yeah,
that is definitely the toughest freaking division in football. They've all been to the Super Bowl, all of them recently. We can't say that in the AFC South. Colts only. Tennessee made it. Tennessee made it 19 years ago and missed it by a yard.
Yeah.
And they haven't won.
The other 2 teams haven't even made it.
Yeah, and
I'd say keep it that way.
And then the Titans haven't won the division in over 13 years. So
still
whatever.
Talking though.
They still talk.
Even when they did, they were when they won the division last. They choked in the playoffs because they were the number 1 seed. They didn't make it out of their first game.
It's tough.
Yeah. All right.
I think they're better making the playoffs and not winning the division. They win more playoff games that way.
Yeah.
Look, here's my thing about Tennessee. All right, they're hyping up AJ Brown. They're hyping up Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill had good seasons in Miami and still ain't done shit with it. He had more receivers and a decent running back in Miami. He had a good defense in Miami, and he didn't win anything. And then he comes over. He has decent 7 games or whatever, 10 games, right? A.J. Brown had 6 good games, and they're saying A.J. Brown is the best wide receiver in football. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry. The guy had 6 good football games. He's inconsistent. In the playoffs, he had 5 receptions for 64 yards in the playoffs. Your whole offense is surrounded by Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Don't get me
It has
started.
to be.
Don't sit here and tell me Ryan Tannehill is the best next thing coming, because he's not. He's 10 years into his career.
Yeah. Just because he doesn't suck doesn't mean he's the next MVP.
That's what I mean, man. And I got it. They have a good defense. They've had a good defense for 5 years. They've went 9-7 for 5 years. They've made the playoffs 3 times out of those 5 years. 9-7, you're sitting on week 17 waiting for a team to lose so you can make the playoffs. You have about 8 things that have to happen on week 17 for you to make the playoffs.
I think the Titans are like the most average team in football in the past 5 years. Like they are the borderline of if you're better than them, you're good, and if you're worse than them, you suck. But the Titans are that middle line.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They are literally the most average team in football.
Yeah.
Literally. And listen, and the thing is too, is they want to talk to us about how we went 7-9. That's cool. 6 of our games last year, 6 of the 9 losses we had were within 1 possession. Imagine if we had a competent quarterback who could push the ball down the field at the end of the game.
And a kicker that wasn't like 50 years old.
Imagine if Andrew Luck didn't retire. 6 of those losses turn into wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They would not
13-3.
And we wouldn't have split with the Titans most of all.
Yeah.
Most of all.
They would still be winless against us.
Exactly. All right, let's try and get through week 3 before we hit our time. All right. And then then we'll have to, kick it back up again in a couple weeks. So, all right, Dolphins, Jaguars. I'm going Jaguars.
Toilet bowl. We got another toilet bowl. I'll give it to the Dolphins.
And it's Thursday night.
I'm going Jaguars, though.
I'm going to give it to Miami. I wonder if Tua is starting by then. I hope he is. But I'll go ahead and give that one to Miami.
I think I want to give that one to Miami, too, actually.
All right, Miami it is then. Sorry, I tried to have Jacksonville's back on that one.
No,
all right, Patriots, Raiders. Never. I want to go Patriots at home.
Yeah, you have to. And I mean, I feel like I'm hating on the Raiders so far. I don't hate the Raiders; they're a decent team, but they have a tough opening schedule for them.
Yeah. All right, Texans, Steelers. I want to go Texans on this one.
In Pittsburgh, that's tough.
I want to go Texans on this one. I think it's just the fact that they start to step their game up, man. I think Deshaun Watson starts to find himself at this point. I don't see Texans hitting 0-3, man. I just can't.
Yeah, me neither.
The first 3 games are pretty tough. So
that's why I'm struggling, because the Texans are better than 0-3, but in Pittsburgh, that's tough.
I think
they did it. They did it a couple years ago.
I think the Texans
went
are better
0-3, then they won 9 straight.
Yeah. I just think, that's true. But, I mean, they're going to win 9 straight. But I think Deshaun Watson right now is better than what Ben Roethlisberger is right now. He's not better as a career-wise. I just think he's better right now.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're giving Houston enough credit. I think Bill O'Brien.
I just think Pittsburgh's defense is better.
And definitely. This is a tough one, man. But I'll go ahead and give it to the Texans too, just because I don't think they're going to start 0-3. I don't think Deshaun Watson lets that happen.
And with that, I'm outvoted no matter what I choose. So we'll go Texans.
All right, Colts and Jets. I'm going Colts at home.
Oh yeah,
we better beat the Jets. We better beat Adam Gase at home.
Have to.
Yeah. All right, so we got Chiefs and Ravens. I want to save that one. Let's go the rest of these games.
Yeah, because we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, that one's going to be tough.
That one's going to be talked about. So Rams and Bills. I want to go Bills.
Yep.
Buffalo.
I do really like the Bills this year. Browns and Redskins. I want to go Browns. I'm not a big fan of the Redskins roster this year. What about you, Andy?
I think I will also go Browns.
Yeah. All right. Eagles, Bengals.
Man, I hate going against my guy Burrow, but I'll give that one to the Eagles.
All right. Titans and Vikings. I want to go Vikings.
I want to pick the Vikings.
I'm picking
at
Vikings.
Home.
I'm picking Vikings at home.
That's
I think Tennessee is overhyped this year, and I think Vikings are who's going to put them in their place.
Yeah.
Find out.
Yeah, I'll give it to the Vikings. That's going to be a good game, though, I think.
Chargers, Panthers. I think this is the game Tua gets his first win.
Wait, Tua? Oh, you talking about
playing.
Justin Herbert?
Yeah.
Justin Herbert?
Whatever his name is.
Herbert. My bad, Herbert. That's who I think gets his first win.
Yeah, I'll give it to the Chargers there.
In front of the away crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. I like Bridgewater, though. I do.
All right. Buccaneers at Broncos. That's Tom Brady up in Mile High.
I'm gonna give it to the Bucs.
Tom Brady's tends to struggle in Mile High. I think that's the worst. I think that's the place where he's always played the worst. Is Mile High Stadium.
I still gotta give it to him though. That Bucs team is nasty, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
I want to go Bucs. All right, Bears
I
at
can go
Falcons.
Bucs too.
Bears and Falcons.
Falcons.
Man, I'll give it to the
I pick the
Falcons
Falcons.
just because they're playing in Atlanta. But I'm
They
really
got Julio.
All right, this one's too easy.
Julio.
Giants and 49ers.
Get out of here, dude.
Giants gonna turn to midgets here.
Yep,
Yeah,
I think Cardinals and Lions. I want to go Cardinals.
Yeah, I'll give it to the Cardinals there.
All right.
Seattle and Dallas.
That's a good game.
That is a hell of a game right there.
I want to pick Seattle at home.
So do I.
Yeah, but that's gonna be close, man. That's gonna be a tight game.
That's going to be a tight game.
Here's another one.
Jesus.
Here's another good one.
Yeah, this is a good week for football.
Green
Week
Bay
2
versus
is
New
suck,
Orleans.
but Week 3 looks good.
Yeah.
I want to go New Orleans.
I think they get the edge just on being at home.
Yeah, same. I'll give it
When
I did this.
when it's too close for me to decide, I feel like we got to pick the home team.
Yeah.
I did this the other day, and I went with the Saints didn't lose a game till like week 8, I think.
Yeah. Which is realistic, honestly. They've done it before.
Yeah.
They've went
They've
undefeated
done it
for so long.
They start really well. So I do. I'm just gonna go with them. All right. Oh,
All right,
wait.
let's get back to this doozy.
These Chiefs and Ravens right here.
That's tough.
You know what? I think the Ravens take this one because the last 2 games, even though they've lost, they've gone to Arrowhead for both games, and they've played the Chiefs very tight. I think that the Ravens will. I think the Ravens will be able to get it done if they're in Baltimore this time.
I'm actually with Andy. I think the Ravens take it. But if this was in the playoffs, it'd be the Chiefs. But I think the Ravens.
That's because we don't trust the Ravens in the playoffs.
Yeah,
anymore.
Exactly. But I mean, this is going to be a.
But it's not the playoffs.
Awesome game. But
I
I'll
am
give it to the
disappointed
Ravens.
that this game's not much later in the season.
Agreed. Yeah.
Because this would be a maximum hype game for like week 12 and beyond.
Yeah, when both teams are like 8-2 or something, that would be a great game to kind of see who's top dog.
Yeah, see, I agree too because and here's the thing: these 2 teams are going to see each other in the playoffs. That's no doubt. Obviously,
but we said that last year, and look what happened.
Yeah,
they did not.
They choked.
It could happen. It could happen, but you got to remember the playoffs have changed, right? So it's going to be different this year when it comes to the playoffs because now we got 7 seeds. You got one bye week now. You don't have the 2 teams with the bye weeks, so it all fully depends. But we could see them.
I'm not.
We could not. But my thing
at this point, I don't assume that we're going to see any matchup in the playoffs. Well, one team's going to choke before they meet.
We're going to go Ravens just because you 2 got Ravens and I went Chiefs. I'm going to go Chiefs just because I trust the Kansas City weapons more than I do the Ravens weapons, right? If it's going to come down to the wire, it's going to come down to a 4th quarter game, I'm going to give it to Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes can throw the goddamn football. Baltimore Ravens.
I just think their defense is still more intimidating because their defense – I don't think they've really lost anybody on defense from last year, and their defense was intimidating last year. But now they have Calais Campbell, who may be aging, but I'd like to think the Jags just kind of messed that one up,
as they do. Yeah, man, I would give it to the Ravens for this one. That's gonna be a great game.
We're gonna give it to the Ravens. I just think we're underestimating that Kansas City Chiefs defense.
Oh yeah, no,
played really well down that stretch last year.
And the difference is too, though. The difference is too, like the Chiefs' defense was good, and everyone was kind of surprised. They're like, "Oh my god, like their defense is great too." Whereas the Ravens, their defense is good every year. Like it's something you expect from Baltimore football.
Right. Yeah, that's something they're known for.
I don't know. I just think if I'm going to choose between these 2 teams, I'm going to go with the better quarterback, and that's going to be Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes has that mobility to get out of the pocket. He's got that accuracy. He's a playmaker. He's probably the best quarterback in football at the moment.
Oh yeah. Which,
It's
by the way,
the Chiefs aren't going 16-0 this year, and I didn't have them going 16-0 at all. But if there's a choice, I'm always going to go with Pat.
yeah. And by the way, if it comes down to like the AFC Championship, which on paper these two teams should be there, I'm with you. I think the Chiefs take it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so we finished week 3. I don't want to start another week because
I don't think I do either.
I don't think we have that time to hit, week 4 or week 5 or whatever.
Of course, now that we've gotten so many points out, the next week should go faster.
Right, and I'll make sure I save this so that next week, or not next week, but since next week we're going to take the week off for 4th of July, which I hope all of our viewers and fans have a great 4th of July.
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too.
So we won't be here next week. We're going to take that week to hang out and drink and barbecue and do what we do to celebrate
America.
freedom. Yep, celebrate America. And then the next week we'll be back to move on from week 4 on as far as we make it that week. We didn't expect it to take up, this whole time just to get through 3 weeks, but here we are. So now we'll adjust.
We talk too damn much.
Yeah, I mean, we can't just do win, loss, win.
Yeah,
we got to enjoy.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, no, big time, man.
Podcast.
Big time. So
this is a conversation piece here.
Definitely, and it was a great time. So I'm looking forward to getting into week 4. So
absolutely.
I just took a sneak peek into week 4. It's not going to be as good as week 3, but I'll leave that for 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, it'll be real fun when we get to the playoffs. So, all right, everybody.
Yeah,
it was fun. It was fun. All right, everybody, enjoy your Saturday night. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your next couple of weeks until you come back to watch us again. And enjoy your 4th of July. And we're all going to say this. The Titans suck.
Jags suck.
Jags suck. Texans suck. Go Colts. Division title coming our way. All right, everybody. Go Colts.
Go Colts.
Peace.
Pat McAfee's lost his mind. That's Mathis. The Colts have the football. Steps up. Throws one over the net. Intercepted. Marlon Jackson. Marlon got it. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl.
The rivalry is back on.